JV, my boy, the after hours. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
I'm decent, man. So I just want to talk to you real quick because I know recently you took a trip to Minneapolis, right? And I
Yeah.
believe you were out by the George Floyd Memorial.
Yes, sir.
And we talked about George Floyd in one of our previous episodes, and I know there was a lot going on with that at the time. Even still to this day, shit's still going on with that. So I kind of wanted you to tell our audience what your experience was in Minneapolis. What did you see? What was the crowd around you? What was the atmosphere like? Just talk to me about what happened in Minneapolis.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I went to Minneapolis on a Thursday, Friday. I went there for 2 days, and it was very, very cold. But I wanted to just
Snowing
kind
and
of
shit, right?
see.
Like damn near
Yeah,
blizzard.
it was snowing, right? Yeah, I sent you that photo. Yeah, when I was at Target, it was snowing up there in Minneapolis, and 14 degrees. It was crazy, but I wanted to kind of get a sense of the city of Minneapolis and what it's like. If
Why
anybody
did you go
knows.
there now?
I'll tell you. So,
Okay.
my birthday was November 4th, and I haven't been to Minneapolis in a very long time. For the people that followed me for a while, you may know my NBA career started up there when I was covering the Timberwolves back in the 2013-14 season. So, Minneapolis has always kind of been a special place to me for those reasons. And so, I wanted to go to Minneapolis to see what the city was like post George Floyd, right? How did the city look? Could you still see George Floyd footprint, on a city? Like, what was Minneapolis like? And plus, I'm writing a story for it for the station that I work for. So I went up to Minneapolis, and it was just so crazy to see so many houses with Black Lives Matter signs either in the window or in the yard, all throughout the city, North Side, West Side, South Minneapolis, North Minneapolis. Just wherever I went across the Twin Cities, you saw that. A lot of businesses, even if they, had been broken into, they had the boards on there. You still saw like paintings of George Floyd, murals of George Floyd. Those boards. We went to a sneaker store in what they call the Lowry East neighborhood of Minneapolis. It's not too far from downtown, and you saw that there. And so where the incident occurred, where his murder happened on 38th in Chicago, in South Minneapolis, there the street is blocked off for a few blocks
Okay.
along Chicago Avenue between 38th Street and whatever the other street is. And you just see, everything. You just see this big memorial that they have for George Floyd. And then you also see the mural that they drew. And you see all these flowers and these candles and these messages on the sidewalks. And and so for people who've never been there, it's in a residential as well. So it's like houses around and stuff like that. And you see all the houses with Black Lives Matters and, LGBTQ, like all these different groups, right? Just showing so much support and solidarity. And when you talk to people there in Minneapolis, everybody that I spoke to was just saying the city, as far as race relations, there it has come together, and which was a great thing to hear.
And that's incredible that you even got to experience that, right? So my question for you then is, as an individual, right, as a Black man, how did the setting make you feel? Was it unreal? Did you get chills? Like, what did
Yeah,
you
I
think as a
definitely,
person?
I definitely, I definitely got chills just kind of walking down the street that, for days and on end, we all saw on every news channel, basically like a war in the middle of the street. And to be there and it was calm again, it was a Friday now and it was cold. It was like 20 degrees. Nobody was really there, but to kind of walk and see just maybe a couple of people and just to see his memorial and how so many people in different languages wrote messages in different languages. To see the support
That's
of the
crazy.
Black Lives Matter movement, yeah, across the city, a city that's majority white. For people who may not know, Minneapolis is a majority white city. It's not like your other major cities in the country like Memphis or Atlanta, where it's like a big Black population. Minneapolis Black population has to be under 15%. So
Right.
to see that type of support in a city that's predominantly white, in a state that's predominantly white, was very humbling and chilling, and it makes me think that maybe America, there will be a brighter day for race relations in the future.
Would you say that's the biggest takeaway
Yeah,
from your trip?
it's the yeah the biggest takeaway would be the hope for race relations to grow. And I even see that just even outside of being in Minneapolis, being in Arkansas and I saw this, white family, and they had this son who's, you could tell that they play like a sport. I don't know if it was like youth football, but his best friend was this little black boy, and to see that in Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
me personally, I grew up here, and that's not something you saw a lot growing
Not
up
at all.
down here. And to see that just kind of shows me that there could very well be a better tomorrow. I know we hear a lot of the rhetoric that's going on now with race, and it seems like everybody hates each other in America.
Mm-hmm.
But I am hopeful that, as a father, that my son will grow up in the world where skin color truly doesn't matter. I'm not naive. I know there's always going to be racist
Right.
people there in the world, but I'm hopeful that we can kind of move past that. And if it take Minneapolis to burn, if it took Chicago to burn, Philadelphia, all these cities that we've seen protests in over the last few years, dating back to Ferguson, Missouri, if it takes those things to happen to make a better America for everyone, I'm okay with that.
Facts. And I'm agreeing with you 100% on everything you just said. It was very well spoken. I appreciate that, JV. For those of you guys who haven't seen the photos yet, they'll be up on our Instagram, HiChicago312, shortly. JV, you took some amazing, amazing pictures. Thank you for letting us in to your trip out in Minneapolis. Thank you for sharing that with the fans. I appreciate your time right now, giving us a little insight on what you saw. That's all I got for right now, JV. I appreciate your time, cuz. Until next time, Chicago. Peace out.